What if I told you about the biggest lies that drivers believe? There's a small handful of them, so buckle up, and I'm going to go through them one by one. The biggest lies that drivers will believe, not necessarily spread out there on social media for everybody to know, although some of these are common fallacies that are spread out there on social media. But these are a lot of the ones that a lot of drivers have quietly, one by one, admitted to believing. So here we go. First lie that drivers believe: gas is my expense. It is not your only expense. I've discussed this before. There are 5 components to vehicle expenses that need to be calculated. Gas is just one of them. Gas, 1. 2 is car payment if you have one. Not everybody does, of course. Number 3 is insurance, which everybody absolutely has to have. Number 4 is deferred maintenance, which is all the things that you pay for along the way. You don't necessarily pay as you drive the miles, but these are expenses that you do incur along the way. This oil changes, light bulb repairs, tire rotations, things like that, or even tire replacements fall under this category. And the 5th and final expenditure is depreciation, which affects some of us more than others. If you drive an old beater of a vehicle to deliver, which in my opinion is always the smart move, you'll have depreciation. It's just not going to hit as hard, because you have a cheaper vehicle to begin with. So I mean, you can't depreciate very far from a low ceiling to begin with. You can't have that far of a fall. On the other hand, if you're driving a brand new Tesla, different ball game entirely. Your value of your car obviously crashes very hard in a relatively short period of time. It depreciates like 30% even the moment you drive it off the lot. So that's a doozy for some people, and a minor annoyance for others. So gas is not your only expense. Another lie that is very commonly thought of by drivers is the more bad offers I accept, the more good ones I'll get. It's actually the opposite. The more bad offers you take, the more bad offers you will get. I have found this because I have known this because I took a lot of bad offers when I first started this. When I started taking fewer bad offers, the fewer of them I would get. It doesn't mean I don't get bad offers right now, because I still do. I literally just declined one as I've spoken this. You get more bad offers because you're labeled by the algorithms as a sucker. So that's basically myth number 2. Myth number 3 is I have to keep my platinum reward status. No, you don't. You're spending more money in taking bad trips to keep your acceptance rate high enough to get these breadcrumbs from the tables of Dara Khosrowshahi at Uber or Tony Zhu at Doordash. They're literally giving you crumbs off their table. Please, sir, may have another. I recently saw somebody who posted a screenshot on a driver forum of their 80% acceptance rate. Why are you keeping your acceptance rate this high? Why are you taking this many bad trips? Oh, because I got to keep platinum. Well, the rewards for platinum are so minuscule, which also fits into the second myth that you'll get better trips from being on platinum. That's what they tell you. But then I see screenshots in the same forums about your status on platinum qualified you for this high earning offer, and it's $20 to go 40 miles, which in my market, of course, you have to double that because you're almost always leaving your immediate vicinity here in Forest Lake, Minnesota, because this is a rural and semi-rural / barely suburban, but really ex-urban market. So a lot of these trips go out of town by numerous miles. And in the case of Uber, because they're so desperate to get part of the market share here, they'll take you across the state line, which in my case is Wisconsin, 20 miles east of here. Uber will give you requests for trips into Osceola, Wisconsin, or St. Croix Falls, Wisconsin, 20 to 25 miles each direction, because they are desperate for market share. They're desperate. They'll literally have you deliver anything, anywhere. There'll even be some trips out of Forest Lake that'll take you to the south side of the metropolitan area of the Twin Cities. 50 miles each direction. You gotta go 50 miles to deliver down, and then 50 miles to get back home. And what's the pay on these you add? I got one for $21 yesterday. $21, 50 miles each way. These are the so-called great high earning offers that they're telling you on Platinum that you qualified for specially. They may have a respectable outpay, but your expenses are so high that you're losing your shorts and you're writing a check to Dara Khosrowshahi. You must also take your checkbook, write it in, pay to the order of Dara Khosrowshahi, the CEO of Uber. Because that's how desperate he is right now. He's sitting here in his multi-million-dollar mansion, desperate to give you money-losing trips. All to report to his shareholders that he's making a move on Doordash's market share and dominance. As I've said before, and this is not a myth, nationally, Doordash controls 69% of the delivery market. Uber controls 23%. Grubhub controls 8%. These are the numbers that Dara Khosrowshahi has to report to his shareholders in his annual or quarterly reports. These are not numbers that share owners want to see. Meanwhile, on the Doordash side, of course, they report these numbers with glee to their shareholders. It doesn't stop them from giving you crap offers. It doesn't mean you're going to get better offers. It means that they'll give you the bad offers if they have you labeled as a sucker. So, the myths about acceptance rate, there's myths about platinum or reward status on both apps. Myth number 3. Stacked orders are my money maker. Sometimes that's true. Sometimes this one is true. But it also comes with a very high risk. I've seen a lot of grumbling lately on these apps about unreasonable on-time expectations. This is where the stacked orders really destroy you. Because you cannot possibly hit the on-time metrics, and you can be deactivated. You can be deactivated for missing your on-time metrics or targets. This is why I say never take the stacked orders. Never. Because the on-time metrics just you can't hit them. So this is a half-truth. It can be a money maker, but it comes with a tremendous risk as you lose your ability to earn or make money. Also, myth number 4. This one is on Doordash a lot, and it's stay busy with lots of offers. This is a psychological word tool that they use to try to get you to log in. You can stay busy, but you can still lose money. In fact, if you fall under any of the other myths where you're accepting a lot of offers to maintain platinum status or to maintain a high acceptance rate, you can stay busy, but you stay busy with losing money. What they will not tell you They will not tell you that you're losing money and that you're writing them a free check. You're taking your money and giving it away to them. Also, that you can fulfill their goal of having as many deliveries made as possible. So that's a myth that gets advertised. I don't see a lot of people bragging about this one, so I was tempted to leave it out, but it is a myth. Stay busy with lots of offers. You can stay busy, but if they're all money losing offers, you're losing money. This is a myth that DoorDash in particular will try to perpetuate onto its drivers. It's a psychological word tool. It's a word weapon. In a lot of ways, they're better at wordplay than Eminem ever was or has been. They do a much better of word weaponizing than Eminem. Of course, one of the most gifted wordsmiths of all time. Eminem could work for DoorDash. I'm surprised they haven't offered him a contract to provide servicing for them. But yes, you can lose money. You can lose money out your rear backside by logging in and accepting money losing offers. So those are my myths of the day. The most commonly offered or understood ones, misunderstood ones by drivers. So that's it for today. I'll see you on the next go around. As always, peace out, homies.